Hey my lovelies, I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this Wednesday's Facebook card reveals for you all. Um, okay, so if you were drawn to card number one, we're going into the energy of the Ace of Swords. And it just sort of says here at the bottom, look at you, you're bursting with sparkly new ideas. Now, Ace of Swords is always a power card. It's a time to sort of reclaim back your power, your purpose, your magic. It's a real important time for personal growth, personal victory, personal celebration, but it's also a really important time to cut away, to sever, to get rid of any crap, anything that doesn't serve, anything that doesn't work for you, and it's personal boundaries. And sometimes people struggle with that. People do not like it when you put a boundary in place, but often you've put that boundary in place because it was being abused or people weren't respecting you in the first instance, you know. Boundary setting isn't always nice to do, but sometimes it's necessary if people have been taking advantage of your good nature, or if they've just been sort of trying to ride off your tailcoat or just leeching off of you. And some people are just ungrateful buggers. They just don't recognize the quality of what you've brought to their life. And so sometimes you're left with no choice but to have to sort of sever and detach that. But this is traveling light, traveling free, and like opening up the world. The world is in the palm of your hand almost, and you can have whatever experience you want. So I love the affirmation of this. Look at you, you're bursting with sparkly new ideas, and whatever those new ideas are, whatever they represent, go out there, achieve them, harness them, bring them into something fabulous, enjoy your life, and know that it's your life and it should be lived your way, as opposed to what people would expect or wish or want from you, you know. Live life the way that you need to first. Massive with this. So I hope you can make sense of card one. Now then, as we're going into card number two, sorry, I've got to scratch my nose, my guides are coming in really strong. They always tend to do this on a video, how embarrassing. So we're going into the card of Justice. I absolutely love this pictation of the Justice card. And it just says at the bottom, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. Justice, card of good karma. So in general, if you've been going through kind of big injustices, maybe you are being really tested, maybe you are being really challenged at the moment, then this is a really important time to stay in your truth, to stay in your power, and everything. It usually is about kind of good karma showing up. It's usually about wins, successes, victories. So if you've had any injustices, whether they're big or whether they're small, but if they've been sort of throwing you off balance and throwing you out of kilter, try and stay focused because the good times are coming. And what I love with the Justice card, it is about kind of good energy, good karma, favoring the brave almost, you know. Sometimes this can show if there have been sort of legal battles, so maybe you've had some legal injustices going on and they're going to perhaps be understood or put right. I quite like the sort of the actual affirmation of this, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. I think a lot of people have been struggling at the moment and wavering and sort of unsure about the future, but we just have to stay true to ourselves, true to our value system, true to our own moral compass. And I think the universe will respect that, will respond accordingly to the energy of what you're vibrating at. But usually, like I say, justice is the win, the success, the victory, the coming out of something slightly more sort of negative or frustrating. So I hope you can make a bit of sense of that. Oh my God, my nose today. Sorry guys, really itchy. And then finally, as we're going into card number three, we're going into the energy of Broom. Broom in this deck, card 13, is the equivalent to the Death card in more conventional tarot. So it just says here, tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. So the broom is sweeping out all the crap, it's sweeping out all the stuff that isn't needed, whether it's negative energy, whether it's physical stuff, getting rid of all the shit. Let the shit go. Obviously, because it represents the Death card as well, it's that cycle of ending and a new beginning. So, you know, stuff is perhaps leaving your life through your choice, through your accordance, and new energy is going to come in off the back of that, you know. Obviously, even though it's not looking at this in sort of terms of physical death, you know, there is that awareness with the Death card that there are sometimes changes around you that It's not like if they should happen, it's like they have to happen. They have to happen for something better to come in. So if you're aware of the death situation in your world, you know, just process it, just go through it how you need to. But death usually isn't physical death. It's usually about out with the old, in with the new, a new cycle of change, a new cycle of new beginnings. A lot of us at the moment are being really tested. What matters? What's important from our life? What do we really want to be doing? I've been sort of massively questioning things at the moment. You know, when you work self-employed, you have quite a lot of thinking time, and I've just been questioning, do I keep doing my work? Do I kind of get more of a conventional job and sort of call time with my journey with spirit? And obviously what's lovely about being a medium is I'll always have that connection with spirit that will never leave me. But do I continue sort of offering my work publicly? And yes, I have been in that stage of life at the moment, you know, where I'm looking at all these different sort of life twists and turns. What do I want to be doing? What do I want to experience? It's frustrating as well being on tour, because where the shows are sort of supported and doing well, it's amazing, it's a buzz, you just have such a beautiful night, and it's fabulous to be able to reconnect loved ones back with you. But the shows that are not being supported and not doing as well, that side of things makes you feel really shit. It makes you feel like you're a crap medium. It makes you feel like you're not, you know, good, and you're not meant to sort of be in those sort of arenas. And yeah, mediumship is draining, not just necessarily the work with the client, but there's so many bits and pieces behind the scenes that people just don't have any awareness. You know, shows aren't just put together, they don't just happen. And then when they're not getting supported, when you've worked really hard to secure certain events or venues, get the terms right and everything else, it's really sort of draining, you know. So with that theory in mind, Nuki, you guys need to sort of bring some love to that show, or it is going to get cancelled. I'm just going to say, you know, which is happening at the end of May. So yeah, it's tricky, but you'll know where this sits in your personal world, but that's just an example of mine, you know. And we're allowed to make changes. We don't have to necessarily do something forever just because it's what people want us to do. If we've grown out of love with something, if we don't want to do it anymore, if we're just literally burnt out, we're allowed to make change, you know. I'm not saying that for me, but I'm just saying on a collective, death often comes in, and boom, energy often comes in when people are quite tired, they're quite burnt out, because the existence of what is at the moment isn't working for them, it isn't giving them the highest value, hence why things are being swept away. So do be aware of that as well with this card. So it's interesting. But I hope you can make a bit of sense of the messages. Going to leave these with you. What do I need to let you know about? A couple of shouts. So tonight, if you follow me on Instagram, I am going to be live from 7:30 until around about 9 o'clock, give or take. It might go over slightly or might end a little bit just before, depending how the night's going, offering free readings. So I'll be doing some tarot. I'll be using my dog tarot deck, wherever that's gone. Can't quite see where it is at the moment. And I will be also doing some mediumship if loved ones step forward. I can never guarantee. And there'll be some cheeky, mitchy banter en route. So come along, support that if you're around. And then what else do I need to let you know about? The big one, this coming Saturday, I am over in Frome at Foxy's Den doing the next night of my tour date. This is the only sort of demo night I'll be doing in Frome Foxy's Den for this year. So still a few tickets left if you want to get involved. For those that have supported it, thank you very much. We always get love, we always get support at Foxy's. It's always a beautiful night with spirit, and a chance for reconnections. And then the following week, just to let you know, Monday I'll be doing private one-to-one readings in colour and crystals in Trowbridge. We have 3 spaces left, 6 o'clock, 6:30 and 8:30. Contact Jo and she can get you booked in there. And then I'm heading up north, and on that, is it on the Wednesday? Let me just check. It's on the Wednesday or the Thursday? I think it's Wednesday. When is it? Yeah, on the Wednesday, 29th, I am back over in Blackburn at the Empire Theatre. I'm very excited. That show is selling crazy. It's doing much better than last year. So I'm excited to see what happens there. It's going to be a beautiful night with spirit, a beautiful night of reconnections, exciting stuff. But the one that needs some love, couple that need the love actually and the support, just to let you guys know, is Wookie Hole happening on Friday, the 15th of May. Come along, support, buy a ticket. It would be amazing to see you there. And then we've also got Wincanton on Saturday, the 23rd of May. Come and support that one if you're able to. Always a beautiful night. And then finally, the one that definitely needs some love and support, Nuki, happening on 28th, the Thursday, the 28th of May, at the Lane Theatre. Support, 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 or I'm going to let you know now that one is going to get pulled, you know. It's hanging by a thread, and I wouldn't be surprised if the theatre turn around and say to me in a couple of days or in a week or so, we haven't sold enough tickets, we're going to pull the plug on that one. That's where that is at. It's literally as black and as white as that, you know. And unfortunately, if they pull the plug, I won't be able to demo there again. So it won't just be a sort of failed show, it will also be blacklisted essentially, you know, just because their shows have to be profitable for them. And obviously if I don't get the support, I'm in their eyes not a profitable show. That's what it comes down to. I'm a firm believer with Spirit that the right people will always be at these events, but at the same time, if you can come and support, it's always a bonus, isn't it, really? Because it's the difference between the nights going ahead or not. So have to keep it real this year with you guys, you know. And obviously this year's tour depends on the future of what I decide to do with my work. Do I want to keep working as a medium in years to come? Or do I think, do you know, I've had a really beautiful, successful run, like 18 years nearly of doing mediumship full time. Or do I maybe just turn my hand to something completely different? Those thoughts do go through my head. And it's all well and good people saying, no, please don't stop, rah, rah, rah. It's not your decision to make, it's mine at the end of the day. And I don't mean that in a bitchy way, but it's, you know, I'm the one living it every day. People dip in and out and tune in and out. I'm the constant one that has to be at peace with that in my mind, you know. So there's lots going on at the moment. And yes, I can see the feather around me. That's confirmation from Spirit saying, no, don't stop, Mitch, don't stop. But it does, you know, we're all human and it does get draining sometimes. So I've got to keep it real. Anyway, have a beautiful rest of the week. I will look forward to seeing some of you lovelies very soon. And if you're coming to the Instagram live tonight, I will see you there. Have a cool one. Much love. Take care. Bye for now.